Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Life Made Easy. Today, guys, I got another discussion on the iPhone 12. And there's a couple things I want to hit in this video, some issues I'm seeing with the phone, and also overall I think it's a solid phone, so I'm not going to sit here and just completely have negative thoughts on it. However, there are some drawbacks which I do think are a little concerning, and maybe will make some people switch over to the Android side of things. Since these features are lacking. So to get started, if you guys could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be doing a lot more smartphone videos. I got a lot of overwhelming support when I put out that poll. A lot of you guys said you'd be down to watch more smartphone videos, so here I am doing so. And so just to get into it, overall I think the phone is solid. Like the displays on all 4 versions of the iPhone 12, even the mini, are all great. I'm happy that the price didn't change too much. They kept it pretty consistent with last year's iPhone 11 prices, which is good. New processor, new camera, HDR video recording, which I talked about in the last video, I think. But new shape, iPhone 5S design, which I do like that better than the rounded corners. However, I wouldn't call that a revolutionary design, since they're basically just keeping it very consistent with their old models. So it's kind of like a modern version of their previous phone, which is fine. So cameras are all obviously going to get improved. I heard the night mode photography is even better, which is great. And now today you're seeing all the unboxings and the reviews going up of all these devices, so I thought I would weigh in on my thoughts, more of a subjective sort of video rather than just sitting here listing off specs, because they have good processors, they have good graphics, they have good cameras. I mean, like, it's very minor improvements every year coming from Apple, and that's the same thing for on the Android side of things. I do think that Samsung does change up their design a lot more than Apple every year. Like going from the S9 to the S10 to the S20, I think there are big jumps in the overall design of their phones. Apple keeps it pretty consistent every year with the dimensions, especially, and the screen technologies. Very, very similar. And I like more change over time and stuff like that, so that's why I lean towards the Android side of things. Also, the Pixel 5 came out very recently. I should do a video on that. But I'm happy that there's OLED screens on all of them. No more LCD on the iPhone 11 and the 10R. You were paying way too much to get lacking screen quality. The one thing that I want to touch on in terms of screen quality is the refresh rate. It's 60 hertz. I think that's going to push a lot of people to go check out Android alternatives, because all of those have 90, not all of them, sorry. A lot of those options on the Android space have 90 hertz and have 120 hertz. And I think it honestly is amazing, and I have it on my Tab S7. And it's really hard to go back to 60 hertz after seeing it. So my next phone, I need to get 90 hertz or I need to get 120 hertz, just because it makes everything so much smoother and makes interacting with your phone a much more fun experience, to be honest. But yeah, that was a major issue for me. Also, the whole MagSafe thing was like, I mean, they put magnets in the back of the phone. I don't think that's like revolutionary. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time. I mean, if I heard the wireless charger, the MagSafe charger is like 15 watts, which is still less than a lot of wired chargers. But I don't know, if people like magnets, people like magnets. Maybe Android will adopt that in 2021. I could see Samsung doing it, honestly. But battery life is improved. iOS 14, so nothing new there. It's a very minor upgrade of a phone, in my opinion. And then the big thing that I also think, which they stressed way too much, was 5G. I think and there was basically a Verizon ad out there advertising 5G, and there's nothing wrong with 5G. The issue is, like, it shouldn't be a selling point for a smartphone. Like, you shouldn't buy a smartphone for 5G. Because of how scarce the actual service is. Like, you could be standing on a specific street corner to actually get that speed. But when you do get it, you're getting over like 1,000 megabytes per second, which is nuts. I don't even think most people need that. If you were to ask an elderly person if they really cared about 5G, I guarantee you 100% of them wouldn't even know what 5G even is, and they probably don't even, and the ones that do know what it is probably will say, no, I don't even need that. I think the majority of the population would say they don't need 5G. For example, me, do I need 1,000 up down when I'm using cellular? No, I'm fine with 30, 40 megabits per second. I think that's good enough. No USB Type-C, that's the last thing I just want to touch on in this video. If they're still using Lightning, I have no idea why. Lightning to a USB-C cable when they could have just done USB-C to USB-C like the iPad? I don't know. I don't know why Apple does that. Oh, and then one last thing was the removal of a charging brick due to environmental issues, which I completely support. I think that's a good decision, but honestly, I don't think it was for environmental concerns. I think it was mostly for cutting costs due to COVID sales, or their sales dropping from COVID. But that's basically it what I want to say in this video about the iPhone 12. If you agree with me and think that it was kind of an underwhelming device, you can leave a like. If you disagree, leave a dislike. It's up to you. I'm very interested in a lot of the Android devices that are coming out shortly, especially since they have those high refresh panels, and Android devices seem to be going down in price and offering you more bang for the buck in terms of like the specs you're getting, which I'm excited about. So that's it for this video. There's a million iPhone 12 videos out there now, unboxings and full reviews, so if you guys want to go check those out, by all means you can do so. These are just my suggestions. So if you guys enjoyed this, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below what you thought about the iPhone 12, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.